One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Well, what I'm upset about, and being in the media like yourself, legacy media for the most part is just like on the side of this whole equation. I mean, anything that the law enforcement side tries to do is evil. They're the fascists. We're the no good people who enforce the law. And it just totally totally the polarity of everything has just shifted. I'm not the genius to say that. Obviously, it's pretty much, self-evident out there. And I always throw a question out to the audience in general terms here. And the one that would be to this vast audience is, what is one of the single most important issues that you would see here, since we're now celebrating our 250th, when it comes to our republic and how to keep it? As the famous Benjamin Franklin said, a republic if you can keep it. And there's so many answers I'm sure that people will call, or questions I'm sure that they'll call in with. And that number, once again, 1-800-848-9222. You come to the front of the theater of the mind, as we like to call it, Dennis, because obviously we're not seen in video at this point. So why not a creative name called the Theater of the Mind? I think that's an awesome way to go. But this is fascinating. I've been to Portland, not during those times, many, many years ago. The Rose City, at the time, a beautiful city, right there along the Columbia River. A beautiful state, but then things are changing. So in your opinion, from your research, and hopefully people will get the book, Oregoners, when did all this transition take place? I mean, is this something that just happened in the last decade? Was it going on longer than that? Educate us on this, because the reason I mention that, this slow creeping cancer of what's happening in our country seems to be pretty much infectious, as you described the New York City mayor at this point, and so many other candidates that are becoming what? The voters are turning out for the Democrat Socialist. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, and I see it as a true threat. My book Oregoners opens up with a quote. All right, what do they call that? An epigram? It's not an epitaph because that's a saying on a cemetery headstone. Yes. Epigram, yeah. And it says, "A great civilization is not conquered from without until it has destroyed itself from within." And that's what we're seeing happen with the election of socialists in New York City. And, in Portland, they said, hold my beer back in November 2024, I think it was. They elected 4 socialists to the city council, and they now dominate the agenda. I'm so shocked that New York City, the capitalist center of the world, the place that has more to offer and more to be grateful for in capitalism, when it ends up electing this socialist jerk, Kami Mamdani. I'm shocked. And part of what's happening, though, is that voters aren't getting off the sofa and voting at all. And so the smallest sliver of highly motivated voters ends up controlling. Do you know that these congressional Democrat nominations, which almost assure them a seat in Congress, these socialist foreigners who a couple of, it's just, I can't even believe it's happening in our country and in our most important city, meaning New York, not Washington. And are we just going to let it happen? The people who won the Democrat nominations, they got as little as, I think it was 8% of all registered Democrat voters bothered to vote for this person. That is the smallest sliver to then end up going into Congress, And
I hear you.
Looking for a protein shake that tastes as good as it performs? Meet Rockin' Protein Max. Packed with 50 grams of fuel, it'll help you keep up when your day won't slow down. And because it's always creamy and never chalky, every sip tastes great. Even better, it's lactose-free and has 0 added sugar. It's not every day you find a protein shake you actually want to finish. Catch Rockin' Protein in the dairy cooler at a store near you. Rockin' Protein and Shamrock Farms are registered trademarks of Shamrock Foods Company.
Welcome to a new era of baseball's great spectacle. The T-Mobile Home Run Derby, live on Netflix. The biggest sluggers in baseball put their talents to the test on All-Star Weekend. Raw power meets star power. Big swagger meets bigger slams. And you don't swing to make contact. You swing to make history. Watch the T-Mobile Home Run Derby live on Netflix, Monday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Need a laptop that's built to perform and designed to last all day? Select Windows 11 PCs starting at $499.99 are now at Best Buy. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
Want to elevate your travel experience? Here's how. With a Delta SkyMiles Reserve American Express card, you can relax before your flight in the Delta Sky Club with up to 15 visits per medallion year. And now through July 15th, 2026, you can earn up to 125,000 bonus miles, so you're closer to your next adventure. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve card. Check out the new design at www.delta.com/Spotify. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply.
Yeah, it's all over the place. I mean, I'm here in Arizona, and we're seeing the very same thing, and it seems like I mentioned before, a slow-growing, creeping cancer if you're not a big fan of a constitutional republic. And I never understood this. I mean, going to school many, many years ago, young children, of course, why are they not hearing that we are a constitutional republic, right, Dennis, instead of the word democracy? I mean, democracy can be an interesting subject, but we're really not a democracy. We're a representative democracy, right?
We are seeing the fruits of seeds planted by anti-American forces 30, 40 years ago in academia, in education, in K through 12. In Oregon, the kids, the fourth graders, they rank 48th in the nation and 46th in math and English, reading. They're way down there, though. They spend almost $20,000 per student. And it's because the school system and the unions there are not teaching America's history. They're not teaching that we are the greatest nation on earth, and we are. They instead are teaching, stolen land and LGBTQ and special intersectionality and political correctness. Oh, my gosh. It's ridiculous. I got in an argument with a 26-year-old friend, we will call her, by text the other day, because I just made a very short reference to third world diseases, among the homeless. Exactly. There's a whole chapter on the homeless industrial complex there in Oregoners. And, I was corrected. No one says that anymore. And when you can make a simple phrase like third world suddenly be unacceptable and racist and somehow, you're way too precious and way too oversensitive. And that's what we've done on a lot of things here. And it's all an attempt to rein us in and to stop us from pushing back. And what happened on social media with the Twitter files, where we learned that dozens of state government agencies, federal government agencies, pushed for the silencing of thousands of conservative accounts that millions of Americans had the right to hear. Our government did that.
Exactly.
And everyone marched in lockstep, and no one stood up and fought back. Look at what we consented to in COVID. My God, the CDC decided it could decree to property owners that they had no right to evict someone or raise rents. Who are you? You're in charge of diseases. Shut up. And we just sat down and took it.
Dennis, you know something? This is interesting. You're a man of the broadcast world, a professional, and here, this is so interesting. Right now, every one of our phone lines is lit, and this is an interesting scenario because right away, this is very quick happening here.
Your team just added its 67th AI tool and also your 67th security blind spot. The good news? The Vanta agent works like a GRC engineer in the background, finding every app your team uses, scoring the risk, and drafting fixes for you. Vanta is the platform used by over 16,000 fast-moving companies like Ramp, Cursor, and Harvey, who are shaping the future with AI and staying ahead of AI risk. Get started at Vanta.com.
Traditional banks are making it harder than ever to secure a small business loan. That's why thousands of business owners trust Cardiff for same-day funding. With over 2 decades of expertise, business owners keep voting Cardiff America's favorite small business lender. Apply now for up to $500,000 in same-day business funding at cardiff.co/Spotify. Again, that's cardiff.co/Spotify. Cardiff. Borrow better.